YouTube or Facebook or any of that kind of stuff, it won't actually start broadcasting until the set time.
Or it won't?
Typically, it won't. It's gonna have it there where you let everybody know it's gonna start at that time. There, you started now. You started now. You're
Cool.
good now.
All right.
You flip flopped us, by the way. You have me
Oh yeah.
up top. Yep.
This is gonna make great viewing. Good catch. Here we go. I think you were just concerned about people thinking you had my hairline, so.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I know. I notice when I'm sprinting, like you can just see this, and I'm like, oh no, not good. Well, welcome to whoever is on the stream. Welcome to No Breakaways. Thanks for joining us. This is our first live coaching session. Got my man Johnny Rocket from the Finesse Wahoo team. Full disclosure, I'm on the same team. He finally got my like Shawshank Redemption pie of unmarked bills. How's it going, man?
I'm doing all right, man. You ready for this race? Reverse Philly 2 times.
Yeah,
I was gonna race with you actually, but man, I'm not looking forward to killing myself that hard.
I'm not either. I normally these my crits are flat.
Yeah, normally they are. This is a little different what they normally do. I enjoy it though. It's nice to break it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't race that many hilly ones. I mean, I think I'll be okay. Like I love Richmond and
reverse Philly
like
is a little more forgiving.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna turn on my fan. Let me know if it's too loud. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't hear anything, so you're good.
Yeah, for anybody who there we go. Yeah, for anybody who tuned in last week, I apologize about the technical malfunctions. That was my fault. Is my video shaky?
No, it was for a second. It's
Yeah.
not really shaky anymore.
Fan did something to it. You can see. Yeah, I mounted one of these giant Lasco fans on my wall just to smash air into me.
My only issue with those kind of fans is any fan in front of you, it's my eyes get dry and my mouth gets dry. So that's my only thing with that kind of stuff. But I might get one of those Wahoo headwinds.
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff actually.
Yeah,
And
those
with
look
the
nice.
obviously sponsor, it might be it's a pretty good price. I'd
Yeah,
hope.
that was a solid plug there, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I just got for free, and it's supposed to be like the most, whatever, most.
Yeah, no, I looked at them. I almost bought one when I moved out here to Arizona because Arizona's honestly so damn hot. It was crazy. Like I already knew it'd be hot, but man, the first month here, I just got dropped race after race after race. And it was like 78 degrees in here, and then in Indiana, I'm like at 68, 70 degrees. You know, when I do my races. So that's the start of the race, and then maybe by the end it's like 74. Here though, it's like start 78, and then by the end of it was like 82, if you can imagine. Indoors with not much ventilation, not fun.
No. I'm lucky I have this window here. I just cracked that thing open. It's nice on the winter.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss that for wintertime. I used to crack my window open a little bit. It was like 30 degrees or less outside.
Yeah,
that was so nice.
Makes a big difference. It's all rainy here, but it's like 40 degrees, so I don't have to go outside, but nice for biking inside. So what do you think on this course? How am I going to approach it?
I would say stay towards the front. The first lap actually matters the most, I think personally. The first big hill. So Like these rollers, the S's, not the biggest deal. But then once you get to the first reverse hilly, you want to be towards the front. I like to gun it honestly because there's not much of a draft. So if you set the pace, everybody else has to match you, and they're not really getting that much savings by being behind you. If anything, if you start slowing down to the very front and you're on that reverse hilly, they slow down due to sticky draft. And then you have room to move back. Then if you're at the very front when you're gunning that hill, when you see that little dash line, then you'll have a chance to move back. But if you start middle of the pack or back of the pack, you're gonna get thrown out the back.
All right.
But yeah, first lap's always the most important, in my opinion. Everybody's gonna save for the sprint afterwards for the second lap. They're gonna go hard, but not anything quite as crazy because they want to have enough for the sprint.
Yeah. Tell me about how your WTRL race went on Tuesday.
It was pretty rough. I raced A's actually, so my team needed an extra guy in there, and then I was only hoping to hold on for 20 minutes to be honest. And then two of our guys got dropped like 25 minutes into the race. So then I was like, okay, I have to finish now. Like top we had that 4 times, so it was pretty rough. I broke 4-0, which doesn't always happen. Usually that never happens. Maybe twice a year.
You're gonna get
for
you
races
got some
at least.
crap for that.
Yeah, so that was good. How'd your team go? You guys raced the Eastern time.
Yeah, we did really well. We practiced on Sunday, which was helpful, and then obviously watched the the video from Matt Gardner. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
Yeah.
helping you guys out with that.
Yeah, that was super cool of him. I mean, he has a lot of stuff going on. He made time that weekend to do it. I was really thankful.
Yeah, no, I remember. So not this summer, but the summer before, I did the team time trial with a lot of the KRT guys, and then Jake Simmons. Jake Simmons used to be a finesse guy, so he's on Evoke now. But we all did team time trials. Levi, Hodges, Daft Williams, Martin Tucker. Remember him at all?
Yeah, I think so.
Myself, Jake, and we were killing it. Brandon Melton as well. But I will say it was between SARS and then my team. What we had, SARS would have a little bit better times than us when they did try it all, full out. Especially when we already set a time record, they surpassed us. So they know what they're doing. For us, with the KRT squad, it was more of a let's just go really hard and we'll see what we got. We did well. I mean, we got, of course, you have Levi, Hodges, and a couple other guys in there. They're just phenomenal. But they take a little more strategic approach to it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I know they won Tour of the Gila, the time trial this year, and so it was super cool. It's
different, honestly, when you're looking at what the 6 rider thing, and you have to have 4 minimum, is definitely different than the team time trial for Thursdays. So Thursdays, you get away a little bit more with blobbing together, I think, personally. Because you have up to 8 people, and you only need 3 to finish, But the syncing back probably is a lot better, honestly, with these smaller pack. Because it's not going to be that much of a difference. You're not blob. It's not big enough blob with 6 people, especially if somebody's sort of hanging off the back a little bit. But with 8 people being together, you seem to save a lot of energy being a little closer together. And then we'd call it out, hey, I'm gonna take next pull, or I need a little rest, that kind of sense. And we're allowed to lose 5 riders when you have 8 people. Or I guess when you have 8 people, I think you're allowed to lose 4 riders.
Yeah.
But either way, though, you have more riders to lose.
Well, you think I should take this disc off?
I mean, it's up to you. I think you're strong enough to hold on either way.
Right.
I usually play my weaknesses a little bit. But then you gotta consider the finish though too. I would probably have gone maybe the 858 wheel set.
Oh well, I'm not that fancy to have the 858 yet, Johnny.
I mean, you should be fine. The disc will be fine. The 808's fine too. The Tron bike's a tried and true bike. Honestly, it's pretty good all around.
Yeah, I'm trying to get used to using, because I think on Richmond for the next WTRL race, based on that video I posted yesterday, I'm probably going to do this air road, which I have on now, I think, or I'm in the bench, but I'm going to do a little bit lighter setup.
Yeah, I would for Richmond, especially for where you're at. I would probably do the Canyon or the Van, like more an aero bike or the S5, and then go along with the either the 404s or whatever the other one is. The 4x4. What is it called? I forget.
Yeah.
But I would go with one of those,
Yeah.
40 millimeter depth just tends to work a little better because you
Yeah.
can climb. The finish is gonna be a climb either way, and there's
Right.
enough climbs in there that you really want to have a little bit of advantage on that, especially if that's your weakness.
Yeah. That's, I mean, relative to the light. I mean, I'm 73 kg. Like relative to
Yeah.
the small Bs, I like on short punchy climbs. Like I'm excited about the Richmond punchy climbs, but I'm not
Yeah.
excited about Governor Street at the end.
And you might be honestly better off like with your team, especially for the ZRL. It's just going for Libby Hill. Get the preem points on Libby Hill. If you can at least get, first lap you survive, do the best you can, and then second lap maybe go for the first two segments that you can to get points on.
Yeah.
Because you're not, you might do well on the last hill. I'm not saying you won't,
Yeah.
but more than likely, there's gonna be a couple guys who are gonna be stronger than you for that last hill. It's gonna be
Right.
really hard to finish top 10. So instead of like, okay, I'm just gonna be pocket fodder, I'm gonna go get some points for my team, And that's what I would do personally. I'd be going for Libby Hill,
That's
and just get as many points I can for my team, be useful in that sense because I know that last hill, it doesn't matter how strong of a B rider I am. There's no way I'm gonna be placing top 10, almost in that B race.
yeah. It's it's interesting. Like I didn't realize there were 4 creams each
Yeah,
lap.
there's a lot of frames. So there's a lot of points. I mean, honestly, if you can get those first two, and if you can make the first hill of each lap, you're usually pretty well off. If you
Yeah.
do not make, if you're so far back on the first hill and then you have to catch up on the downhill, you're gonna be hurting.
Yeah.
By the time you get the second hill and third hill. So as long as you can make that first hill every time, and you can get some points on that first hill, it's only 1 minute. It's not that long of a hill. It's steep, but it's not that long of a hill.
Yeah. All right, we're getting close. What do you think? Should I go off the
It's
front
not
at
let
the
me
start?
spectate you yet. It's odd because I'm used to having it let me spectate you, give me the option even in the
It
pins.
won't?
No, not right now. When the race starts, it should let me.
Yeah.
It's just surprising it's not letting me right now, but it's fine. I'll be able to spectate you when the race starts with the rider list. He's right on though. Hopefully that shows up.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I would probably say about top 50% for this until you get to the start of the S's. Let's see where you're at. I see what it is. I wasn't on Wi-Fi. That was my fault. You have to be on the same network.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So you can't spectate otherwise if you're not. You can't have like your Zwift on your PC on one network and then have your phone companion app on a different network. It has to be the same one.
You can tell
Right.
people who were looking at the course profile.
Yeah. I would just stay right about here where you're at. You're in a good spot. And then as soon as it kicks up to 3%, I would start just moving up. You have a little more recovery time at the very top then. And just what we did last week when I practiced with you, it's just surge on the hills and then on the downhill, take it easy. Once you get to the very top part, just take it easy. But right now, I'd probably pick it up a little bit more and just get up there. You're a little safer spot. And then you get more recovery time at the top then.
Ooh, Ollie's here. He's good.
Yeah, just keep right there. You're good. You don't want to be in the very, very front, but right there's a good spot for you. All right, I just take it easy now, and you start moving to the middle of the backpack. Middle to the back. What's your max heart rate?
I think 185.
185? Okay. Give me a better idea where you're at. It amazes me when I see some of the guys and they're like 202. I'm like, geez, guys, like I'm a high beater in general, but that's pretty crazy. And then right here, start picking it up. There you go.
Well, my rest
A lot of times for me, for my weight, a lot of times I'll pick it up to like 400 watts or like 375 or so, and then it eases off. You know, it's very top, nice and easy. So, and right here, pick it up again. About 2 seconds before, the hill actually shows the incline on your map, and then that should just get you right over, nice and easy. Now you can just coast 200 watts or whatever, pick it up a little bit, you know, and then drop it back down. You're up 2-0. There you go. Almost like a pump track, you know, you're just pushing it hard, then you're just coasting. And then again, right here, just pick it up a little bit more for you. And you can see you're still like, yeah, you're pushing out 4.8, but everybody else around you is pushing out, let's say 4.9, 5 something. So you're not really pushing out any more than everybody else. The nice thing is you keep it steady. So you start early, you have the momentum going, and you can just keep it steady all the way through. If you just keep it sort of lower wattage, and then when you get to the hill and if you get a third of the way up the hill, you start picking up, you have to surge more, you burn more matches. You have Garfield going up a little bit. I wouldn't worry about it though. You can move to the back of the pack. You just go nice and easy. Yeah. And even there, you actually could have super tucked if you really wanted to. I don't like risking it too much on this downhill, unless it's like really, you know, going fast. But you guys are actually going pretty fast to actually be able to super tuck there. I'm surprised, because normally I'm hitting about 35, 36. You guys hit about 36 really early on, and you topped out 37, I believe. Garfield's going up ahead. I wouldn't worry about it. You got plenty of time. You sit towards the back where Stolen Gold's at. The guy with the disc wheel. Push a little less. You're not going to fall off. As long as you're within 5 meters, it doesn't matter. A little less. Just relax. You got time. There you go. Yeah, you're a good spot now. Least amount you need to stay 5 meters in.
At 43 in the front pack, I guess.
Yeah. And you have one of the guy bridging. I guess he gave up. Yeah, he's 30 meters back. That sucks. He was so close too. There's some guy behind you guys though, stuck at 8 walk kg. Oh, he's not gonna make it though. There's no way. Yeah, same as this right here. You just up it a little bit, and then now that you're top, you just go nice and easy. Sit the back. It's amazing how low wattage you can really do, and you can still be going 25 plus miles an hour.
Yeah. So does your screen show miles an hour?
Yeah, mine's miles per hour. I don't do metric on my bike computer or Zwift. I should, but I don't. I think you're on metric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get those.
Yeah.
XP.
A little more experience, and then it's the proper way to look at things when you're biking, I feel. Traditional. Yeah, drop it down even more. You're good. I wouldn't really worry about positioning all that much until you actually hit the bridge. And then you're going to see after the bridge, you'll see that 1 KOM line on the road. That's where I really want you to pick it up and go all the way towards the front, and you just pick it up on that first hump. If you finish on, very front on the first hump, that's fine. Everybody else has to work pretty hard. So after the bridge, you know that KOM line I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, right by that shack.
Yeah. So right now you're still good. Now start moving in the top 20 if you can, and you stay up there. I usually stay back for a little longer, but just to be safe for you. Try to get about 20th position for you. All right, it's coming up. Start moving up. Start ramping up a little bit. 350 plus. And now you just try to get to past the first hump. Once you get past the first hump, you should be pretty good. So pick it up a little more. If you lead the pack, it's fine. At least you have space to move back. And remember, there's sticky drafts, so any guy who's like just barely is going about your pace, they're gonna get stuck behind you too. They have to work even harder. Up a little more. Stay on the guy who's in black in front of you. There you go. Push a little more. A little more. There you go. It might feel like you're working pretty hard, but you'll have a little more time to recover. So you're not worried about bridging. You have time in between each hump on the reverse hilly. Good spot right now. Follow the guy in orange. There you go. There you go. All right. Now you can ease off just a little bit for like 5 seconds. And pick it back up again. Get back on the guy in orange. Up a little more. Come on. There you go. All right, you're good right there. You just do a minimum amount of work to stay on the guy in blue right now. The guy with the blue-white kit. He's in a good spot for you. If it starts breaking up a little bit more, I wouldn't worry about it. These guys are not going to let it go. So where you're at right now is a good spot. You just don't lose that wheel. Up a little more. Come on. You don't want that gap to open up. Nobody's going to close that gap for you, I don't think. So there you go. You're good. And really make most of the recovery down on the downhill. All right, ease up. You can go to the back of the pack and just go nice and easy. So back 2 riders if you can. Nice and easy. Relax. And pick it up again. Just enough. 350 maybe. There you go. Just enough to be third wheel in your pack right now. There you go. Third, fourth wheel. That's good. You're good. And you can ease up. Nice and easy. Go back to your pack again. Minimum amount of work. Back a little more. Nice and easy recover. You got time. I can't imagine them doing anything until the last hump. So right there. You just keep that spot where you're at right now. Don't let that gap open up anymore. How are you feeling?
Sorry.
Your heart rate's back down for you.
More tired than I thought I was going to be today.
It's just it's a hard race too. You have to start with not much of a warm up. The S's like they do a little bit, but it's not that much of a warm up. You can move back a little more. Just relax, recover. You shouldn't even have to push 200 watts right here, I don't think. All right, now you can up it a little bit. Just get to that banner as fast as you can. Second, third wheel. There you go. And nobody's going. You're actually pretty fortunate. I would expect some Bs to try to, push a little more in here. All right. You can move back to the pack again. Just nice and easy. Nobody's gonna break away at this point. If you want, you can surge right now, and you can also super tuck. That'll save you some. There you go. And then you super tuck. Take your time with it. And then right about here, start soft pedaling. Soft pedal. Let's go. And pick it up again. Takes a few seconds. So maybe about half second faster, you would have been fine. And then again, you stuck again. You stuck. Long recovery. And soft pedal. There we go. And you just go to the back of the pack. Nobody's going to break away at this point. Nice recovery. 138 heart rate. Probably feeling a lot better. You can move back more. I haven't seen that vegan kit. I'm guessing it's a vegan kit. It's not the one that vegan cyclists use, though.
Is there one with a V on the back?
Yeah.
Huh.
I've never seen that kit before.
Maybe they got their own in game. I heard it's easy to do.
Yeah. I think you've heard wrong. It's all about who you know, maybe. Is my guess.
Shout out to Alex on that one. Hey.
I wonder if they're participating in the ZRL. I haven't seen them yet. Maybe they're doing the European zone.
Vegan?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them either.
Sit back a little more. You got more. You don't have to push so hard. Not that you're pushing hard right now, anyways, but
yeah, no.
You can sit back more. You just get used to that whole habit of you sitting back on the easier parts. There you go. You can sit back a little bit more. If you ever watch Greg O'Malley, it looks like he's already off the back of the pack, but he's not really. And then being the second lap, I wouldn't worry about being towards the front for the S's for the first hill. You're already in the selection, so you're good. I used to hate the first lap. A lot of times what happens, it's too big of a pack, and then you get stuck behind riders, and then, you burn more matches than you have to. Especially for, like, Volcano Circuit, when you go from here, and then you have to go up this hill and you turn right. You might lose some riders there, burn some big matches, if you're not towards the front. Oh, you kept this skill on. I just noticed.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. It'll help you out for the finish, at least.
I'll make it.
You're going to make it. I would expect the first hill to be the harder one. You can still sit back more. Nobody's going to break away. There's one guy off the front teeny bit, but not really away from the pack.
Yeah, he's been off the front a lot.
Yeah. Somebody said he's 45 kg, so it makes sense then. All right, now, yeah, you're good. And pick it up a little bit right here. 2 seconds early. Now you're playing like Greg O'Malley, where I'm a little scared watching you. But hey, you're doing a good job, though. And pick it up. There we go. He's getting used to 2 seconds early. And that way you just keep it steady all the way through the hill. And then I'd watch the last hill based on last lap. They went pretty fast on it.
Yeah.
So that last hill, you might be able to just go hard with whoever's up front, and then you super tuck. You'll get some recovery. At least you'll be in the front. You're not going to have to close any gaps down. So I'd start pushing a little bit more now. Top 5 guys. There we go. You're good. Nice.
2 seconds early.
Yeah. And you're keeping a steady wattage. You're doing really well. So you're not like you pushed out 700 watts or anything, up that hill. You didn't spike it. All right, I just surged a little bit. And see if you can get a tuck. If you start going a little faster. Actually, you're not going to be able to get a tuck. Yeah, they're going slower this time. You're good. Sit back more in the pack now. Maybe 2/3 of the pack back.
Who got a super tuck there? For about
You guys are taking it pretty easy, to be honest.
What's that?
Their guys are taking it pretty easy for this time around. Yeah. Nobody's really working overly hard. I always love like Innsbruck Ring. You see guys on there, everybody goes super easy, and then all of a sudden you have the hill, and just everybody gets demolished.
That's my
favorite. Like over half the pack is gone.
That's my favorite course.
I love a downhill after that hill too, because you can really make back up that space on that downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can sit back a little bit more. Just get used to it. This is a safe spot where you can try practicing that. Yeah, Luis messaging for you. Luis Quinteras. Really nice analysis. Thanks for the inside.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, man. I mean, they're probably talking to you.
Yeah, but you're the one hosting this, so
Yeah.
you know, without you, this wouldn't be a thing.
No, this is awesome. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem. I enjoy seeing everybody else do better. I'm not sure if you watched Ecrit. Were you on Zwift back in the day?
No.
2017? Okay. Well, I had Kim Beezer, she's on Finesse, but we were both on KRT back in the day. I had to help her out with getting ready for Ecrit. Because she's, I don't want to ever say a woman's age, but she's probably she's early 50s, and she still beat all these girls who are, you know, in her 20s, like that. She's killed it. She got 3rd place, won a hammer, and then I had her do a road race with me that same summer, and then she got 1st place out of the women's Cat 4-5, and the girls were so happy she wasn't doing the whole omnium because there's gonna be a crit the next day, and she just crushed them for the road race. There's 2 guys out the front right now. I wouldn't worry about it though. You guys are gonna catch it. I just stay 2nd, 3rd wheel right now in case anybody else decides to go. And you just watch that group rider list for any orange numbers. If you see any orange numbers, then you start picking up a little bit. Let's see. Swift power. Let's look at live data right now for you. All right, you're at 3.5 average right now, it says. You have the lowest one out of everybody else. Carfoot has a 6.0 watt kg average.
If I was really trying, I'd have 6.0 too, so.
Yeah, I believe you. Oh, man. All right. Same as before, I just stay towards the front of the pack. You're strong enough that, you know, you'll be fine. So right here, and then you start picking it up a little bit. And once it really gets like 4% plus, I just crank it down as hard as you can. Just remember, you get more recovery time towards the top, and you're a little safer spot. You can always move back in the pack. If you start towards the back or middle, you're going to have no space to move back. All right, there we go. I start picking it up a little bit more. 2nd wheel. If you want to pass those guys and bridge it up, you can. You're strong enough to do it. Remember, there's not much of a draft, so these guys are working just as hard as you are, if not harder. Just try to get around you. There you go. Stay on that wheel if you can. A little more. Let's get one last little surge if you can. Get on the white wheel. The guy with Tron bike. There you go. A little more. You can ease off a little bit. Let these guys pull that rest away for you. And just pick it up enough. 2nd wheel, 3rd wheel. Let the other guys work for you. There you go. You guys are going to lose maybe 5 riders there if you guys keep that pace going. All right, I'd move up a little bit just to be safe. These guys around you might leave some gaps open, so move up a little more. That's a good spot to be in right there. Okay, you guys lost at least 2 riders on that. You have a group of 4 that's going to close it down for you. You can sit back now, behind Vegan Cyclist. Not Vegan Cyclist, but Team Vegan. Yeah. I still remember I actually raced a Vegan Cyclist, and his coach, I don't remember what his name was, Tony Wolf? I remember last name was Wolf, but he told me to attack Vegan Cyclist for certain parts in the race. Like, hey, you know, attack, because he was doing like a training race, and he's like, personal messaged me. He's like, you know, attack Vegan Cyclist right here, you know, Tyler Pierce. That was pretty fun. And Tyler's streaming as well. So I used to love doing that. Just like jump on races where people are streaming, just give them a hard time. Especially like Jesper. Did you ever watch Jesper at all when he used to race?
No.
Jesper Anchor. He used to own Cycling Hub. I'm not sure if he still has some ownership in it, but he'd be pushing out 200 heart rate plus every single time. He'd puke on stream, and it was a watch. It was definitely something to watch for, you know. And everybody like egg him on, like attack here, you know. And then yeah, he would die a good portion of the races. He did pretty well though. He was a really skinny guy and tall. You can sit back a little more. That's fine. Look like you're moving up a little bit. You don't really need to move up yet. Move back to the back of the pack now. You should be fine. Nobody's gonna be able to get away at this point. Just recover as much as you can. There you go. Yeah, the orange guard off the front a little bit. You have to close it down though. And if you're able to get tuck in here early on, it'd be great. Just surge really hard, maybe 500 watts for a second or two, and then just super tuck it. You're good. And then remember last time you went about half a second too late. Start pedaling right now. I'm guessing you're on trainer power, right? You're on trainer power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. So I use my power meter. It responds a little bit faster. And tuck again.
All right, 1.2.
Yeah. And soft pedal. There you go. That way you don't slow down too much. All right, get ready. How much distance do you have? What's it say right now?
0.7 kilometers.
Okay. Once it hits 0.3, let me know. Or 0.4, actually, let me know.
All right. 0.5.
Okay. Start cranking up. Crank up your gears a little bit. And, all right, start moving up a little bit. Not full out. You start moving up a little bit. That's all I'm asking. Once 0.3 turns to 0.2, I want you to full out sprint, okay?
All right.
Catching those wheels. You're not going full out. You're catching those wheels. And once you get to 0.2, go out. Up. Let's go. Come on. All the way. Surge a little harder. Get past this rider. Come on. Don't get stuck. All right. Nice job.
Shit.
That's hard. So this guy's pretty strong, honestly. You did really well, though. Overall, I mean, you did really well. Let's see.
Thanks, man.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 8 riders in front of you. What'd you get on your
sixth
screen? You had 6 on your screen? Okay, awesome. That's pretty good. You had 3.6 average, normalized power. You had an 8% variability index on it. So you had the biggest difference between your normalized power and your actual average. That's usually what I'm looking for in these kind of races. Your normalized power should be in line with everybody else or less, and then you want to have the variability high. So that means that you went pretty easy on the easy parts, and then when you need to pick it up, you were able to keep it up, pick it up where you need to. But you're pretty good though.
Thanks.
Let's see, guys finished in front of you. They're actually about your weight. Looks like 74 kg, 79 kg. One of the guys finished in front of you. I'd expect them to finish ahead of you. If you look at 20-minute power, though, for some of these guys, they were not really quite bees. For 20-minute power, I'm looking at 4.2, 4.3, 4.2, 4.2, 4.1, 4.3. For a lot of these guys who are towards the front. Meanwhile, for your 20-minute power was 3.8.
I really appreciate that. Awesome advice. If I can chime in the comments, put some social pressure on Johnny here. We want to do a segment on how to ride rollers through, not rollers like a trainer, but rollers in the course like the S's, Crit City. Johnny, he's amazing at that. So I'm gonna pressure him, and he's gonna really regret.
Yeah, I'll be coming in. I enjoy watching you guys. Enjoying watching the Bees race and then seeing you guys go to hang out with the A's or do better.
Yeah.
So like Greg O'Malley, it's amazing just to watch him. And
Yeah.
the only reason I originally like contacted him like, hey, like come join Finesse, and I first started the team was because I was so amazed at how conservative he was, and he still like sprints really hard and he still picks up it on the hills and he averaged less than me. Like it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like the only reason I might be higher ranking him is because I'm a little bit lighter, and he's at what I think 82 kg a lot of times. So that little bit of difference makes you can't win as many races.
Yeah.
Where you're at right now, you're a pretty good weight. You're not too light, and you're definitely not heavy. So you might want to be less weight, ideally, personally, but you're a good weight actually. 70 kg at most, 75 kg. I think is pretty optimal for Zwift.
I mean, when we started quarantine in March, I was 182 pounds maybe, and I'm at
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. I'm at 180, 181.
Yeah, I was at 173. Now I'm at 159. First time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
First time in
like I said,
years.
I think 70, 25, you have a good amount of kick and raw watts for like team time trial and everything else. But you're not too heavy, where you're gonna die on the hills.
All right, so what do I need
for me, like 170 would be ideal. Like if I can get back to 170, yeah. I'll be definitely racing A's again full time.
So what did you see that I need to work on? Like where you're like, look, Rick, here's what you didn't do.
I don't think you did anything bad, honestly. I think you did really well. I think I haven't really watched you race enough, like your power profile enough. But from what I can tell from last week and this week, you just don't have that raw wattage for 15-second, 5-second power.
Yeah.
So you might just have to take it for what it is. You may not be able to place top 5 as easy. Or you have to maybe have a teammate in there or egg some of the guys on with you to go along on the sprint. If you egg them on to go along, you start it early and then you sit on the wheel and then you ramp it up again, you might be able to get away with it. But if you wait till the last bit where I'm showing you how to do it, then more than likely it's gonna be hard for you to get that top 5 or podium position just because you don't have the raw wattage. Yeah. Now you can work on that though on your own. You could do, box jumps, all that kind of stuff to use work in explosiveness, and then you'll be able to have a little bit better 5-second power, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't even think you broke 800 watts. You might have, but if you watch like Joe Carroll, he breaks 1300 watts consistently every single time. It's amazing. The guy doesn't even weigh that much, but every single time 1300 watts plus, on a sprint.
Yeah. So
Zimmerman's like 135 pounds. He gets 900s consistently.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes, to be a top sprinter in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing what those guys can do. So so we'll see how long Johnny and I do this, if we do it another week, but we got some other live coaching coming up. Got some really, really good people. Mona Lee Keller hopefully we'll get her on. I think she's, we're kind of working out some details. So it's going to be some really cool stuff coming up on the channel. And
I'm looking at your thing, Rick. On Swift Power, your best is 7:31 for 15-second.
Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I'm 39. I'm about to be 40.
Okay, so you have plenty of time. You can actually do really well. So I'd work on.
Wait, how old did you think I was, man?
No, I just want to ask you how old you are. Yeah, if you're in the 40s, I mean, it's gonna be harder to work on that kick. But being late 30s, being early 40s in that range, you should still be able to work on that pretty well, honestly. But looking at your 15 seconds, 7:31, I don't think you could race any smarter. I think it's going to come down to you working on your kick, doing you've seen the microburst workout they have on Zwift. Microburst. So if you go like to GCN or you go to like the less than an hour to burn, there should be a workout. Actually, it shouldn't be less than an hour to burn. It should be under that one challenge. It's been a long 100 challenge.
Okay.
So they have it in there somewhere on one of the weeks. I want to say, GCN. I'll find it for you.
Yeah, well, what
GCN
we'll do
Sprint Plan should have it in there. It's
we'll
called Microburst. So if you go GCN Sprint Plan, you'll find Microburst in there, and then that one would be really good for you. It's 15 seconds where you're going hard, and then you take 15 seconds easy, 15 seconds on, 15 seconds easy. Now, you may not be hitting that high wattage, but the key thing is you're repeating it over and over and over. So you're building your W, you're building that battery up where you can do repeat efforts, and you being able to do repeat efforts, theoretically you should be able to reach your higher max. You can do 473 watts. I think this is like 60 sprints altogether for this workout. Yeah. So if you can do that, that many times, your max power is definitely go up.
Yeah.
So I would work on something like that.
We'll put a link in the comments below once I get this uploaded. So
yeah, for sure.
All right.
So I'm gonna get off. Good race, honestly. I don't think you could race any smarter. I just got to work on that 5-second, 15-second power for you.
Yeah. So. Well, thanks for everybody for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Hit like. Take it easy.